May 10th, Detention Center.
Nick, I knew you'd come.
Maya, she sure looks tired. How are you holding up?
It wasn't me, but no one will believe me.
I have to admit, I'm still a bit in shock. Who would have thought you'd get caught up in something like this, and so far from home? But I'm going to defend you, so hang in there. We can do this if we work together.
This is all my fault. I mean, you came to Khura'in just to visit me. We hadn't seen each other in ages, and then this happens.
I haven't seen her this down in ages either. Come on, remember who you're talking to. Besides, I thought you'd be used to being the usual suspect by now.
I guess you're right. And you've saved me each and every time.
Yup, so just tell me everything you can and let's go from there.
Barthead, stop stalling and go straight to the matter of true import. We know she is the murderer, therefore it is time for her confession. Your benevolence! What brings the royal priestess to a place like this? I am watching over this lawyer to keep him from tampering with anything in this case. Now, out with it. Confess to your crime.
Please, your benevolence. Could you please take it down a notch or three? Maya, please tell me what you can. I know this must be difficult, but anything you can remember might help.
Sure, okay. I didn't kill the High Priest. I wouldn't even dream of it. I mean, he always treated me so well. Abbot Imni was an important figure with a ton of duties, including training acolytes. He was really kind, even to a foreigner like me. He even invited me over to his house when I was between training sessions.
How could I ever kill someone like that? He sounds like a really good person. I think I would have liked him.
It was so much fun. I got to enjoy meals with his family and everything. And his wife was a master of Khura'inese cuisine. I've never eaten better in my life.
It's like they were her family, and home away from home is in this foreign land. They must have been a source of comfort, what with being here for training all alone. But what?
I can't completely deny the charge either.
Huh?
As I suspected, the snake has shown her true colors at last.
Your benevolence, please. I'm trying to figure out what really happened here. So what do you mean you can't completely deny the charge?
Well, during the purification rite, I suddenly got really sleepy. The next thing I knew, Abbot Imni was,
You suddenly got sleepy? So then you didn't actually see the High Priest get murdered?
No, I didn't, but if I was possessed by some crazed spirit while I was asleep, then what an excuse. How dare you pin your crime on another person's soul? Yeah. Be honest, what you call training is but an extended vacation in reality. And that training here is simply for prestige. No, it's not like that at all. I'm trained to become the master of the Khura'in channeling technique. A neophyte practitioner such as you become a channeling master? I think not. The spiritual power required is beyond the means of an outsider like you.
Rafa seems to really hate fakers. But Maya does actually have the power to channel spirits. I should let Rafa know. Your benevolence, I wouldn't call Maya a neophyte because she can already
Wait, Nick!
What?
Can I talk to you for a second?
Why is she whispering all of a sudden?
I want to keep my spirit channeling ability a secret while I'm here, Nick.
What? Why?
I'll, explain later. Just keep it a secret for now, okay?
If you say so. What's that all about?
What is all that whispering about over there?
Oh, it's nothing, really. I'll have to ask about this later when Princess Rafa's not around.
Oh, I almost forgot. Nick?
Yes?
About Abbot Imni's murder. There was something I noticed that I thought strange.
Oh? What did you notice? So what was it you noticed?
Well, you probably won't believe me, but
why don't you let me be the judge of that?
Okay, so you know that spring?
The spring? You mean the pool in front of the Warbot statue?
Yes, that. the water in there was dark red. And when I say dark red, I mean blood red.
Oh, that. Yeah, I saw it too.
You did?
Yeah, the high priest's blood turned it red.
What? No, that's not what I meant. The spring was red before he was killed.
What? Wait, so it was already red, even before the high priest was killed?
Yeah, I noticed it during the purification rite just before I passed out. It's just like the ancient legend says.
What ancient legend?
The spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return. That's how it goes anyway. Hold on. Yes, there is a legend about the inner sanctum that says just that. But the water runs red this time thanks to the murder. The police investigation confirmed it. Perhaps your eyes were deceived by the lantern light reflecting off of the water. I don't think that was it, though.
An ancient legend, huh?
I wonder if it's connected to the murder somehow.
Maya's statement added to the record.
Nick?
Yes?
So, actually, there's one more thing.
What's up with Maya? She keeps looking over at her benevolence like she's worried what Rafa will think.
There's something I want to show you.
There is?
I found this in the inner sanctum after I came to.
Is this a letter? It's in Khura'inese.
See that stamp on the far left and at the end of the letter? Does that look familiar?
This red stamp here?
That's the mark of Lady Kira.
Oh, right. It looks just like the mark on her forehead.
Lady Kira, you say? Let me see that.
Why? This is... What? What does it say?
Do not perform the rite. I know what you are planning. Lady Kira.
That sounds like a threat. Or a warning. Whoever's pretending to be Lady Kira was pressuring the high priest to stop the rite.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me too. Nick, do you think...
Wait. First, there's that ancient legend. The spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return. Now there's also Lady Kira's warning. Plus, with the Warbot dagger being eyed as the murder weapon, don't tell me.
That's why she has to be the real deal. It gives me chills just thinking about it.
I bet Lady Kira's spirit possessed a sacred robe or something. Don't tell me. You actually believe that the real Lady Kira returned to kill the High Priest?
Don't be silly, Nick.
Huh?
Historical figures don't come back to life. I mean, give me a break.
What? You were saying only yesterday how it was more fun to believe that she's the real deal.
Yeah, yesterday. I wish I could keep on entertaining that fantasy too. But the fact is, we're dealing with a murder here. Thus, my days of dreaming have come to an end. I'm gonna keep it real from now on. And you should too, Nick.
I thought you said I was the boring one because I was keeping it real.
Sorry, I guess I've outgrown that stepladder argument we always have.
I think you mean ladder, Maya. So what do you mean by keeping it real?
Oh, so you know how someone is dressing up like Lady Kira and capturing rebels, right?
Oh, you mean the rebel hunter Lady Kira in the papers?
Yeah, that one. I think that's who probably sent this warning. What nonsense is this? You dare to suggest that Abbott and me was slain by Lady Kira? You nincompoop! Yeah. The rebel hunter is sure to be a vigilante who loves his kingdom. And it is that patriotism that led them to cloak their identity in the guise of Lady Kira. Such a patriot would never slay the high priest.
I guess it's only natural for Princess Rafa to see it that way, but I can't let it go at that.
Besides, why would such a vigilante want to stop the purification rite in the first place? I haven't figured that one out yet. I rest my case.
Still, if this rebel hunter had a compelling enough reason, they might have killed the high priest after he ignored their warning.
You big dummy! You can't fool me! It was you who forged that warning letter! You were trying to shed your guilt onto our most sacred lady, Kira. Admit it! No! I'd never do such a thing!
Now, your benevolence. Let's try to remain rational about this. Maya, did you show that letter to the police?
No. I was afraid that it would anger everybody needlessly. So I was waiting to show it to you, Nick.
And judging by her benevolence's reaction, I'd say Maya was right to be worried. Wait, what are... There are a number of places on this letter where there are 3 holes in a row. Are these supposed to be some sort of a message too? Not that we'll be finding out anytime soon, I suspect. Alright, accused. Wrap it up.
I guess they have more questions for me.
Yeah, at least I have a better idea of what we're up against now.
Nick, there's something I've been meaning to say. I don't need a lawyer this time.
What are you talking about?
It's just, you know they have that Defense Culpability Act here in Khura'in, right? Well, if I'm found guilty, you'll be charged with abetting a criminal.
Maya, thanks for thinking of me, but don't worry, Maya. We'll pull through this together somehow. We always have, haven't we?
Yeah, but we're not in Kansas anymore, you know.
True, but I've been through one trial here already, so I know what I'm getting myself into. We're gonna win this one, no matter what, because I believe in your innocence.
Yeah, I know. We've always won because of your faith in me.
That's right. So it's all aboard the Phoenix Freedom Express.
Thank you, Nick. Well, I'll see you later. Bravado will not save you tomorrow, and by then it'll be too late to ask for mercy.
We're going to beat this charge. You'll see.
I don't care to understand every single word that was spoken, but I don't like the sound of that Phoenix Freedom Express one bit.
Wait, don't tell me you don't know what Freedom Express refers to.
Ah! Of course I know! Do not presume to know what I do not know!
I'm no closer to understanding why someone would want the High Priest dead. But given the use of the Warbot dagger and the existence of the warning letter, I'd say the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira is the real prime suspect. It might help if I knew a little more about this modern-day Lady Kira. I wonder if anyone has any info on them. Maybe the first thing I should do is to go someplace where locals like to gather. Indeed. I'll be right back. I need water. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about this, but let's just say I have, a lot to do, you know? So let us head for the bazaar. May 10th, Khura'in Bazaar. I guess the bazaar is as good a place to start as any. Now, who should I...
I see. So this is what a Freedom Express is.
Consulting her pocket internet again, I see.
Mr. Wright! That sounds like... Is Miss Maya okay? I believe her, Mr. Wright. I know she didn't do it. Do you now, boy? Polkonka! Your benevolence! You mustn't trust in lawyers, you. Are you not the accused from the last trial? Oh, what's wrong, Albie? Your benevolence speaks with the, You may speak in the vernacular, little monk. Now, what is your name? Yes, your benevolence. Albie or Gald, at your benevolence. Know this, Albie. Your soul is only as clean or filthy as the company you keep.
I wish he'd stop insinuating that all lawyers are trash.
But please forgive me, your benevolence. But Mr. Wright is a very trustworthy man. And I trust him as a lawyer. What's this? I'm sorry. Forgive my insolence. If a common boy such as he can place his trust in lawyers, it can only be because of my failure at the Hall of Justice the other day. Mr. Wright, her benevolence has sunk into the ground.
She must really feel responsible for what happened in court that day. Let's give her some breathing room for now. I'm sure she'll be back on her feet in no time. In the meantime, do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Of course not. I'm always glad to help.
Good, we need it. So what have you heard about the rebel hunter that was in the newspaper?
Everyone's overjoyed at her appearance. They say she's the modern-day Lady Khura'in.
So they're treating this rebel hunter like a mysterious protector of the people, huh?
People have been on edge recently. What with that jailbreak and stuff. I sure hope they catch that escaped prisoner soon.
Escaped prisoner?
Yes, he was one of the vicious rebels that Lady Khura'in had captured.
So there's a hardened criminal on the loose. That is bad news.
Yes, but the modern-day Lady Khura'in is also super amazing. I mean, she takes down big, scary rebels all by herself.
Yeah, that's not exactly something just anyone can do. Someone that strong could have easily overpowered and killed the High Priest. And what about that escaped prisoner, Albie? So, what's the escaped prisoner supposed to be like?
They say he's a vicious fiend who serves as Dirk's right-hand man.
Dirk? As in the leader of that rebel group?
Yes, the escapee serves that dreadful master of the Defiant Dragons. They say the prisoner is a former soldier, and that he wields a big scary knife. Rumor has it he's a cold-blooded killer to boot.
He sounds like a really dangerous man.
He is, but the police still can't find him even after an exhaustive search.
Wait, I remember hearing about a prison.
There is a prison at the apex of this mountain.
A prison? Way up there? The prison is at the top of the Inner Sanctum's mountain, right? How did he even break out?
No one really knows. He supposedly did it without any tools to speak of, too. Some say he must have fallen to his death. Personally, I like to believe he did. Otherwise, something like that terrible incident might happen again.
Terrible incident? What do you mean? What was that about a terrible incident, Albie?
It happened before I was even born, but Queen Amara, the previous queen, was assassinated. And it was the rebel leader Dirk who did it.
The previous queen was assassinated? That's kind of unsettling.
Oh, it was the terrible deed of a heinous sinner. I mean, to take the life of such a gentle queen. Only someone with a dark, defiled soul could have done that.
They really take their queen seriously here, like God-worshipping level serious. It really would take someone pretty bold and blasphemous to assassinate one.
Those Defiant Dragon rebels are not afraid to do anything to accomplish their goals. That's why, with that escaped prisoner on the loose, who knows who might be killed next?
So that's why the people of Khura'in are so afraid of that escape, and why they want that rebel hunter to take him out along with the other rebels. So is there anything else you can tell me about the rebel hunter, Lady Khura'in, Albie?
I was just thinking there was something else, but what was it? Oh yeah, here.
What is it?
Shadow found it. Why, that's the Warbot arrow.
Feeling better now, Your Benevolence?
This is no time to be feeling sorry for myself, for I am the crown princess of Khura'in. Now, let me see that boy. Yes, Your Benevolence. It looks very much like one of the legendary weapons Lady Khura'in used once in battle.
A three-pronged arrow? I could swear I've seen something resembling that arrowhead recently. Where does Shadow find it, Albie?
Near Abbot Inme's house.
Near the victim's house, huh? Something tells me I better look into this. Albie, can I ask you to take me to the High Priest's house?
Yes, of course.
Come to think of it, he was married, wasn't he? And his wife is the one who usually plays the part of Lady Khura'in in the Purification. I should probably talk to her, too. Indeed. We should. May 10th, High Priest's house. So this is where the high priest lived. Wait a minute. This is where they brought me when my back gave out. And the woman in front of that altar, she must be the high priest's wife. Well, let's talk to her. Excuse me.
Yes? May I help?
I was hoping to speak with the high priest's wife. Are you her?
Please forgive the intrusion, Lady Believe. Oh my, your benevolence. Please, be at ease. What a terrible time this must be for you. I owe much to your husband. You have my deepest sympathies for your tragic loss. You honor me with your kind words. Look, dear, the royal priestess has come to visit us. Yes. What's that? Oh, of course.
She's talking with his funeral picture.
My husband, too, is delighted that the royal priestess has graced us with her presence. You can speak with Abbot in me? No, I don't possess the power to speak with the dead, but I can feel his presence. What's that? No, that can wait till later, dear.
She's definitely speaking with him. So, your benevolence, what is it that brings you to my humble abode?
This lawyer is investigating your husband's death, and I am watching him to ensure he does not tamper with any of the evidence.
I know this must be difficult, but could I ask you some questions? A good friend of mine has fallen under suspicion, you see.
A friend of yours? So then you must be Maya's friend from the States, correct?
That's right.
I'm sorry, but I'm still grieving. Isn't that right, dear? Yes, I know. Abbot Inmi and his wife were one of the closest and most loving couples in Khura'in. If she is not ready to talk, I will not allow you to press her any further.
She did just lose the love of her life. It would be incredibly insensitive of me to force answers out of her right now. But I need to talk to her if I want to learn more about the High Priest. Plus, there's the warbot arrow that Albie found near the house. There's too much I need to find out for me to leave just yet. Would it be okay if I stayed here for a little while?
Barthead! Have you not been listening to a word I said?
Look, your benevolence, I'm sorry for her loss, but I'm running out of time. So what I will do is promise to leave if she doesn't change her mind.
Please, let me talk to my husband about this. Yes, I know. No, don't. Not in front of the royal priestess. Now, if you would excuse me.
What the heck were they even talking about?
You have but poured salt on her wounds. This is precisely why you lawyers are so despised.
Ugh. I was just trying to help Maya's case. I didn't mean to hurt Miss Emmy.
Could it be that you actually possess a conscience?
Of course I do. But I'm also desperate for information.
So what do you plan to do now?
Pass the time by looking around the room, I guess, and see if she changes her mind.
Just see that you do not touch anything you should not.
Yes, I should watch what I touch then, just in case Princess Rafa gets mad at me. Jeez, this lady is something else. This looks like a wastebasket. Hey, there's an envelope sticking out. There are 3 holes in a row near the top. Now, where have I seen holes like these before?
Scrounging around in other people's garbage like some stray dog? You are a pitiful creature indeed.
What does it say here? Say what you will, but I've got a job to do.
It says, to the High Priest. You cannot even read? You are even more pitiful than I had thought.
Thanks. And I'll keep your words out of wisdom in mind, your benevolence. Guess I should have studied some Khura'inese before I came. So the envelope was addressed to the High Priest, huh? But it's empty. Still, there's something about it. I better hang on to it. The altar. What a magnificent altar.
Of course it is magnificent. It is for the Holy Mother, after all.
The Holy Mother? Is she that faceless figure there?
Such insolence. How do you not know who Her Holiness is on sight? Do you seek to cross over into the Twilight Realm right this instant?
Sorry, it won't happen again.
This is why lawyers are so despised. Now listen well. Depicting Her Holiness's face is the greatest taboo in all of Khura'in. There are none alive today who know what her face really looks like. And that includes the member of the royal family.
Wow, now there's an unusual custom.
It's gotta be one heck of a secret if even the royal family can know what she looks like.
Isn't this that justice minister I met? But who's the woman in the picture next to him? She looks really important. Could she be the Queen of Khura'in?
What is this scary-looking spiky thing? It is a floor cushion for heightening a practitioner's mental focus. Your ignorance astounds me. There is not a soul in Khura'in who would not recognize this.
A floor cushion? You mean you're supposed to sit on this?
How else would you suggest it be used?
It looks like a torture device to me. Of course it is. Oh, it's a wanted poster for the rebel escapee everyone's been talking about.
What? Let me see that.
That's
Arabal, senior member of insurgent leadership and former paratrooper of a foreign land, wanted for crimes against the kingdom, considered armed and dangerous.
So he's ex-military, huh?
His appearance alone exudes menace. He must be captured at once.
Is something wrong?
The bounty is 3 million damas, money that comes out of the people's tax payments. I shall have it lowered to about 1 million damas.
You seem unexpectedly concerned with the people's welfare.
Unexpectedly? How rude. Nayuta has always taught me that kingdoms that do not value their people come to ruin. As Crown Princess, it is only natural that I care for my people.
How about sending some of that kindness this way?
Well, I suppose I could. If you quit being a lawyer and pay taxes to our kingdom, that is.
Oh well, it was worth a shot. This game looks kind of like checkers or chess.
You mean to say you have never heard of Kachu-Demal? I have heard people describe it as Khura'inese chess.
So two players take turns moving their pieces in a bid to capture the other's king?
Not quite. In Kachu-Demal, the object is the utter annihilation of your opponent. Furthermore, each piece is a special move that can only be used once per game.
Special moves. It sounds like a game right up Maya's alley. Yeah, it looks like a shogi board to me.
There's a steel samurai patch on this bag. Guess the bag must be Maya's. She probably left it here while she was performing that rite.
Yes, she was. Nothing particularly interesting here. Is this a piece of art or some sort?
What a beautiful orb.
Is something the matter?
Barbed head, take one step back.
Okay, done.
Did you spot something? Yes, your dismal reflection. It was ruining the orb's beauty. Did you have to put it like that, your benevolence?
What show is this?
It is the Plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo-Twilight Realm. It is based on Lady Kira and is the #1 action hero show in Khura'in.
The Plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo-Twilight Realm.
Yes, it is an entirely original show created right here in our kingdom.
I'm not so sure about its originality given its overall look and that theme song.
Is something the matter?
Well, it's just, we have an action hero show back home that is really similar to this. I'm guessing this shows why Maya's so into Lady Kira. Honestly, the theme song is exactly as the same as the one from Maya's favorite show, The Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo. Yes, I had to say it. It's a popular action hero series filmed right in LA. I hate this whole localization thing they've done for this. Set in a city known as Neo Old Tokyo, it pits the Steel Samurai in mortal combat against his nemesis, the Evil Magistrate. Maya's collected DVDs and merchandise from that series as long as I've known her. The Plumed Punisher seems awfully similar to the Steel Samurai. The Plumed Punisher originated here, in Khura'in. Is that clear, Barbed Head? Yes, Your Benevolence. Note to self, never suggest that again. A poster of the mountains? Oh, the Inner Sanctum Mountain is featured against those other towering peaks. Those beautiful mountains are known as the Roof of Khura'in. Ah, and I see they have even included Mount Pani Pani in that poster. Mount Pani Pani? Is that the smaller peak to the left?
Known as the Little Sanctum, it is just west of the Inner Sanctum. Is it not also beautiful? But I suppose a lawyer with a defiled soul such as you could not perceive such beauty.
No, that's not true. I think it's absolutely stunning.
Lady Believe has not had a change of heart, and simply waiting shall not change that.
Can't we wait just a little longer? I wonder if she'll ever open up.
Oh, you're still here. Lady Believe.
Mrs. Inme, do you think you're ready to talk?
Is it okay with you, dear? Yes, I will let him know. Lady Believe, you don't have to speak to this lawyer if it is not your wish. No, it's quite all right. If my husband were still with us, he would say,
as much as it pains me to have my lovely wife speak on such matters, if it would help to find the truth, then ask whatever you may.
Okay, I'll take you up on your generous offer. Wait, did Miss Inme call herself lovely just now? Well, whatever are you waiting for? Ask your questions quickly so your departure may be just as swift.
Do you have any idea why your husband might have been killed? Was he acting different or doing anything out of the ordinary lately?
No, I don't recall anything of the sort.
This is really difficult. Did anybody have a grudge against him?
He was a kind man and one of peace. He would never do anything that would cause someone to bear a grudge against him.
Is that right? 3 locks. These are Psyche-locks. This means Miss Inme is trying to hide something from me. This is the Magatama Maya gave me all those years ago, and it has a really amazing power. It reacts when someone is hiding something, and allows me to see the Psyche-locks that are holding that person's mind shut. Whenever I see any, I only have to present my Magatama to try and unlock them. Unlocking them all usually allows me to coax the truth out of someone.
Take that!
And that's exactly what we're gonna do. The High Priest. Psyche-locks. They appeared when I asked her whether anyone held a grudge against her husband. That must mean that Mrs. Inme thought of someone who just might have such a grudge. Let's just stir the pot a little and see what happens. Mrs. Inme, I have an idea who your husband's real killer might be.
That would be Maya, would it not?
No, of course not. It has to be someone with a motive to kill him. This is who I believe had a reason to kill your husband. Lady Kira. It was the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira. Everyone's talking about her. I know not of what you speak. Really? Because she even made the front page recently.
I am but a humble servant of Lady Kira. What reason would she have to kill someone as insignificant as I?
Actually, I have something that just might show why Lady Kira would kill Abbott Inme. Yup, Lady Kira's warning. This is a letter of warning from Lady Kira. Maya found it. It was in the inner sanctum, and only Maya and your husband were there at the time. This letter reached its intended recipient, your husband, the high priest, didn't it?
And how do you know Maya wasn't lying to you?
Because I've never seen that letter before.
And I doubt my husband ever did either.
Sorry, but I have evidence that proves this warning was meant for your husband. This envelope.
Take that!
What's that?
It's an envelope, addressed to the high priest. The warning letter was delivered to your husband inside this, wasn't it?
Ugh.
What nonsense is this? How can you prove the warning was delivered in this envelope? There's gotta be some way to prove it. Wait a second. Don't the envelope and the warning letter have something in common? I think there just might be something that links the envelope to the warning letter.
There is?
Yes, and that proof is right here on the warning letter. This spot on the warning letter proves that it was delivered in that envelope.
Take that!
The 3 holes in the envelope are in the same shape and arrangement as the holes in the warning letter. And if you fold the letter in thirds and place it in the envelope, the holes line up.
Ugh.
As for what made the holes, I believe it was this, the Warbot arrow.
Take that!
They were made by this Warbot arrow, one of the weapons favored by Lady Khura'in. The warning was folded in thirds, placed in the envelope addressed to the high priest, and delivered to your husband on the points of this arrow.
Yeah.
Unlock successful. Now will you tell us? Are you ready to tell me the truth now?
I admit the warning was sent to my husband, but he was not an insurgent.
Then why did you keep it a secret?
Because the authorities might have suspected him of being one if I hadn't.
I guess that makes sense. If the rebel hunter was after him, I can see how people might at least suspect.
We are a Khura'inist kingdom. As such, rising up against the monarchy is the same as blaspheming Khura'inism itself.
Your husband was a devout priest of Khura'inism, and you fear that his good name would be tarnished if the warning went public.
Yes,
that makes sense. But is it the honest truth? What if the high priest really was a rebel? The rebel hunter would have had a motive to kill him.
Still,
this just doesn't feel like the right time to ask her about it. Could you tell me a little more about the warning?
It arrived about 3 days before the purification rite. When we woke that morning, it was already there by the side of our bed.
It was by the side of your bed?
Yes, we had the whole house locked up tight, and yet someone still managed to slip in. Oh, it's so frightening, wasn't it, dear?
But you didn't contact the police, because you didn't want them to suspect your husband of being a rebel.
That's right. If only we had told the police, maybe Taurus would still be alive today.
Oh, lovely wife. No need to fret, my dear. My only regret is that I left you all alone.
Barbed head! That is quite enough!
Yes, you're probably right. Mrs. Inme, I'm sorry to have bothered you at such a difficult time.
Don't be silly. I'm happy if I have helped.
Your benevolence, may you swiftly shine light upon the truth.
Barbed head, you seem bent on casting suspicion upon Lady Khura'in. And by doing so, you seek to deflect the blame from the real killer, Maya Fey. That is the only logical conclusion.
I'm in no position to disprove her at this point. If only I could find something to support my theory that the high priest was a rebel. The only other person who might know more about having in me would be Maya. They might be done questioning her by now. Maybe I'll stop by the detention center.
My mother has said what? It seems I must go.
Did something happen?
Yes, my mother has decreed that a rite shall be held for the high priest's passing, and that she shall conduct the prayer of lament therein. Her eminence has so decreed, has she? Oh, but she should not concern herself with a humble priest like my husband. No, it is only natural, considering his meritorious service. The rite will be held at the palace. You are to accompany me there at once, Lady Believe. Thank you, your benevolence. My husband is most delighted to. How wonderful for you, Mrs. Indy. A direct decree from the Queen. That must be quite an honor. Barbed Head, you are coming as well. Huh? But I don't have much time left to investigate. As the one charged with monitoring you, you must remain within my sight at all times. Besides, it'll take but a moment. Now come along.
Ugh. Arguing the point will probably just make things worse for me. I'd better let her have her way this time. May 10th. Khura'in Palace. Audience Chamber.
Welcome, Lady Believe.
So this is the Queen of Khura'in.
What is wrong with you, Barbed Head? Show some respect.
Huh? Oh, should I bow or prostrate myself?
No, it is quite all right. Stay as you are. Mother. Your Eminence, I would like to give thanks to you. You honor both me and my husband. His exemplary service deserves to be honored. Oh, but what a terribly trying time this must be for you, Lady Believe. May my prayer comfort your soul and that of your dearly departed husband. Nothing would please me more. Oh, Your Eminence, your words are wasted on my humble husband and I. Now that's what I call a commanding presence. So you are the lawyer of whom my daughter speaks.
Yes, Your Eminence. I am so very honored to make your noble acquaintance. I'm humbled to bask in your resplendence. Did I overdo it? I have no idea how to talk to a queen.
May the Holy Mother's blessing be upon you. Now then, Lady Believe, let us go to the Chamber of Prayer. Rafa, you are to accompany us too. Yes, Mother.
Wow, the Queen is seriously something else. The prayer of lament, huh? Don't see how that'll do any good. It's Justice Minister Inga. Who are you, buddy? Nice to see you again, Minister Inga. Again? Have we met? I'm Phoenix Wright. We met in the accused lobby the other day. Oh, right, blue suit, jagged hair. You're that lawyer who brought my daughter down a peg or two. Your daughter? Yeah, Rafa. He's Princess Rafa's father? So he's Queen Khura'in's husband? You're planning on sticking your fat nose in this mess too? The accused is a good friend of mine. Like I said the last time, you better watch yourself, see? Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? You want to question me? That would be great. You got balls for a lawyer. Guess I can play along for a bit, but I got things to do, see? So we'll have to talk while I work. I want to let you know that I'll be the defense lawyer in this case, too. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. You only won last time because that idiotic prosecutor filed false charges. But it's gonna be different this time. I've got Khura'in's top prosecutor on this one, see? I don't care who I go up against. I'm gonna prove my client innocent. You haven't forgotten that little thing called the Defense Culpability Act, have you? Blow this one and you'll suffer the same fate as the accused. How could I forget? You liars are all the same. You strut your stuff till the DC Act comes down hard. Then you start begging and pleading for your lives. It's really hard to watch, I tell you. Well, I don't plan on letting it come to that. Were you the one who wrote the Defense Culpability Act? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. What's it to you? Either way, as Justice Minister, I'm going to enforce the thing. It started as a way to counter the dirty tricks of your trade like falsified evidence. But it turned out to be quite handy. Efficient, even. Handy? Efficient? Yeah, made my job real easy. Any goons who cross me on the Khura'in administration are gonna get just what they deserve. Especially those rebel scum. You can get away with that here. Better watch your mouth, lawyer. I enforce the law in Khura'in, see? And being that I'm the queen's husband, that makes me king. No. I'm pretty sure the queen is the boss around here. Go on, say what you're thinking so I can charge you with less majesty.
I can't get myself arrested now.
Listen up, lawyer. We got a low crime rate and a populace that lives in peace. And that's all thanks to the DCI. So I don't want to hear any more lip about it.
But I can't defend my client unless I can speak my mind.
Even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered.
What's that supposed to mean?
Let's just say I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch it if I were you. Cause you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dupes. Say what? You know what these are? No. What? Orders of execution. They really pile up if I start slacking off. What? And tomorrow I'll have even more work to do, processing the one for your little friend. And if you really do defend her, I'll have to add one more to the pile for you. But you're not stupid enough to waste your life on that criminal, are you? Don't worry. I'll make sure to lighten your workload, I won't give you a single execution order to sign tomorrow.
I have returned, Barbed Head. Your benevolence.
Are you done with the rite?
Yes, it was performed flawlessly. Lady Believe stayed behind to speak with Mother.
I hope this will help ease her sorrow, even if just a little.
So, you have been speaking with my father?
Yes, you could say that.
My father is a great man. He works tirelessly to keep the peace in our kingdom. Khura'in as it stands today owes everything to the efforts of my mother and my father. You should feel deeply honored. Under normal circumstances, they would have never spoken so readily with a lawyer.
Yes, of course. It seems Rafa doesn't know what her father is really like. Well, now that we're done here, let's go see if I can talk to Maya now. May 10th, Detention Center.
Oh, it's you, Nick.
Maya, are you okay? The questioning wasn't too harsh, was it?
No, I'm all right. How about you? Make any progress?
Well, I haven't found any conclusive evidence that could prove your innocence. But I have a small lead.
Really?
But for right now, I'd like to ask you about the High Priest.
Sure, ask away. By the way, what's the princess doing with you still, Nick? Doesn't she have anything better to do?
Doesn't seem like it.
I heard that. How rude. Of course I have many other things I could be doing.
It's just a thought, but do you think the High Priest could have been a rebel?
A rebel? Why would you even think that?
Because if he was, then the rebel hunter Lady Kira would have had a motive to kill him.
What?
Uh-oh. Princess Rafa overheard.
What idiocy is this? Abbott and me? A rebel? It is beyond the pale. My mother has offered the prayer of lament to his soul. That is the sort of person he was.
All right. I was just raising the possibility.
I will not listen to such tomfoolery.
She stormed out. Oh well, nothing we can do about that. Do you recall the High Priest doing anything suspicious?
Come to think of it, he seemed unusually restless during the rite. He kept glancing up at the sky, though I have no idea why.
He was restless and kept looking up at the sky? That doesn't really tell us much, does it? Anything else come to mind?
Sorry, that's about it.
Yes, this is all I'm gonna learn about the High Priest right now. Oh, but there is one thing I should follow up on.
I want to keep my spirit channeling ability a secret while I'm here, Nick.
What? Why?
I'll, explain later.
With Princess Rafa gone, this might be my only chance. Maya, about what you said earlier. Why can't you tell anyone you're able to channel spirits?
Oh, that. You know how all the queens are also spirit mediums here?
I heard. It was kind of a shock at first, though.
In Khura'in, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it.
I see. So spirit channeling is a symbol of power or authority then in that sense. I can see why it would look bad if a nobody from another country were able to do it too.
Spirit channeling in the Khura'in tradition was developed from a Khura'inist style that was brought to the US via Japan. But it seems like my clan's spiritual power is greater than that of the average Khura'inese. It may be a quirk due to how our styles diverge, but I don't really know.
So if spirit channeling is a power possessed only by the queens of Khura'in, and it's a power that somehow made its way down the line of Maya, then I guess that makes Queen Khura'in and Princess Rayfa distant relatives of Maya?
Anyway, it's not like there's some kind of rule about it. It's just, I'd rather not have it become an issue or anything. That's why mediums who come here to train hide the fact that they can channel spirits.
I see. I had no idea it was so complicated.
Either way, training here is a must to fulfill the qualification needed to become the master.
And what is this qualification to become the master?
To be able to channel spirits of one's own volition and without fail every time. Like, remember how my spirit channeling was always hit or miss? I only ever succeeded about 30% of the time.
Yeah, and it was more like spirits possessed her, as opposed to her channeling them. So you can do it every single time now whenever you want?
Yeah. At least, I think.
You think?
Well, I haven't actually tried channeling anyone since I completed my training here. But once I get back home, I plan on taking the final spirit medium test. I'll have to try channeling one spirit after another in a marathon channeling session.
Only those who pass the test are worthy of becoming the master, huh?
Yeah, but I know I can do it. I'm going to ace that test and become the next master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down.
Right. Maya's the next big hope of Khura'in village. That's gotta be a lot of pressure. So speaking of similarities, I've noticed another similarity between our countries besides Spirit Channel. I saw a show on TV earlier that reminded me of the Steel Samurai.
Oh, you must mean the Plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Round.
I knew it! So you've already seen the Plumed Punisher?
You really don't miss a beat.
Actually, it was her benevolence who told me all about it.
There is not a single person in Khura'in who does not know of it.
Oh, your benevolence. You're back.
As the royal priestess, I am charged with monitoring your movements. So I have changed my mind. For in order to fulfill my duty, I must not avert my ears, not even from your blasphemous theories.
Her sense of duty is commendable. But I wouldn't mind if she backed off a bit.
Great timing, your benevolence. There's actually something I wanted to show off to the both of you.
Show off? Maya sure seems excited all of a sudden.
Yup. Ta-da!
What's that?
It's an ultra-rare Plumed Punisher strap. There's only one of them in the whole world. It was specially made to promote the TV show. You're the owner of this strap?
Don't tell me. You're a Plumed Punisher fan too, your benevolence?
No, of course not. Only little children watch that show. I have no interest in such things.
Right.
No, I am telling the truth.
Sure, let's just leave it at that. So how did you get your hands on that, Maya?
I found a kindred spirit and a Plumed Punisher fan here in Khura'in. It resolved in an exchange of cultures transcending national borders.
And by cultural exchange, you mean you swap TV show promo merchandise?
You bet. I traded my Steel Samurai watch for that strap. It's a super rare watch that plays the Steel Samurai theme song when the alarm goes off. My newfound Khura'inese friend was so happy I got this one-of-a-kind strap in return.
I guess there are people like that wherever you go, even here in Khura'in.
Watch this. When you press the Magatama on her belt, it plays the show's theme song.
That sounds just like the Steel Samurai theme song.
What are you talking about? Can't you hear the folk instruments in the intro and the exotic tones throughout? Plus, the Steel Samurai has Japanese taiko drums that go Daka Don 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 in the intro.
Of course, we got that as evidence. Right. Yes, my ears just aren't as good as yours.
Anyway, I have this amazing idea for a new show. The Plume Punisher versus the Steel Samurai. I'm gonna totally go pitch it to some TV stations when I get back home. It's gonna be a huge hit. Right, your benevolence? I have no interest in such things.
Well, if nothing else, talking about the Plume Punisher has thankfully seemed to cheer Maya up a bit. It's getting late. Try to get some sleep, okay, Maya? And leave tomorrow to me.
Okay, thanks, Nick.
I think I've covered just about everything. Time to head back to the temple and go over everything I've learned so far. Yes, indeed. May 10th. Temple. It's getting late. Won't be long until sundown.
Mr. Wright, your benevolence. Are you done with your investigation for today?
Pretty much. I thought I'd go over what I learned so far. Care to join me?
Yes, please allow me to help.
Okay. First, we know that the High Priest received a warning 3 days ago. It was from someone claiming to be Lady Khura'in and it told him not to perform the rite.
That's right. It was that rebel hunter. But what of it?
That's what I'm not sure of yet. Why would Lady Khura'in want to stop the rite?
If you could solve that mystery.
Right. I could figure out her motive for threatening the High Priest. It might be the break I need, but I just don't know enough right now to act on that lead.
How unfortunate for you, Barbed Head. Your only hope is pure speculation. That shall not stand up in the Hall of Justice. You have no actual proof of Lady Khura'in's involvement in this crime after all.
Yeah, the warning letter alone can't prove who killed the High Priest.
I'll give you one last chance to withdraw before you are charged under the DC Act. Your benevolence! While it is true you did not forge or suppress any evidence, that is perhaps a product of my careful monitoring of your every move.
I wasn't planning to do anything like that in the first place, your benevolence. But I am going to prove Maya's innocence, within the confines of the law.
How can you be so sure you will?
Because of my undying faith in my clients. That is a lawyer's greatest weapon.
What nonsense! You have chosen to dig your own grave. When next we meet, it shall be in the Hall of Justice. As Royal Priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth through the divination seance. This time, I will prove that the insights I glean thereof are the very truth itself. Prepare yourself, for this shall be your last trial, and your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headsman axe.
Tomorrow, I'll be defending Maya in that so-called Hall of Justice again. That whole Sion thing makes trials here completely different from those back home. Plus, I don't have a shred of conclusive evidence. On the other hand, I've got plenty of confusion and anxiety to spare. I'll have to think of something. After all, I'm the only lawyer in all of Khura'in. I have to do this. I will do this. I'll prove Maya's innocence if it's the last thing I do. And yes, this is going to be 2 parts, because I have to split these. It's easier for my sanity, you know, and plus you get a lot to do. Get a lot to watch, too. That is it. If you enjoy it, like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. I will see you then. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out. Product provided by Capcom.